What's up, everybody? This is Alex Auxier, Artist Relations Manager for Orange, and this is another edition of Artist Relations Corner. Today we have a very special Artist Relations Corner with our friends Vman from Slipknot and Bubbs, also named Darren Sanders. Yeah, guys, first off, Vman,
what's up?
Are you part of the DC or the Marvel universe?
I wish I was in the Marvel one, I think.
Guys, seriously, it's really good to have you guys here, as you guys are best friends, and I love your relationship, and so it is awesome to have you guys here together, because I know that you guys are only going to add to each other's interviews. So, welcome.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, welcome to everybody in the comments. Please feel free to ask questions, to tell Vman how awesome he is, ask Darren about partying, whatever you guys are doing. Everyone's doing great, and actually, that's one of my first questions. I am interested in how you guys are keeping busy during the pandemic. You know, kind of different perspectives here, because Bubbs is a guitar tech. Obviously, a lot of the work has just suddenly disappeared, and so you got something else going on probably. And then Vman obviously is a touring musician who relies on the income from playing shows. You know, what have you guys been doing to make up for the fact that you're off the road right now?
I'll let Bob go first.
I have been doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. I've been sitting on the beach in New Jersey, looking at the sea, and it's awesome because there is no work to be had. And yeah, I don't know. I'm taking my fiance took a job down there for the summer, so I joined her down there, and yeah, I'm taking some time to myself, taking some much needed me time.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm broke as a joke, but it's awesome.
What about you, V?
I kind of took back up my guitar building stuff. We got my workshop back there in that doorway. So I've just been in there cutting some wood, trying not to lose my fingers. What else have I been doing? Practicing. Might as well practice. Might as well try and do something. And not as much partying, but sitting in bed. I think there's now a fucking dent.
You guys are both near major cities, so the reaction to the pandemic has been a little bit different than it has been in like suburban Atlanta, as Bubbs is well aware of, being from Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's basically back to normal here, so.
which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, there was a photo the other day, or video footage of everyone going down the beach.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's like fucking insane. It's just like, oh, it's as if nothing happened. It's like, okay, cool. Because what that's just going to do is, it's just like what's happening at the moment. People are just like, oh, okay, fuck it, it's coming back again. So let's put the restrictions back on. So it's just going to fuck everyone else over.
Well, it just means that we don't tour for even longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I saw like proposed theater guides, and it's just like 2 seats, and then like fucking huge space, 2 seats.
That's not the same thing.
What's the fucking point?
It'll be a lot of energy at those shows.
Yeah, it'll work for like a Gallagher show, smashing the fruit, but it's not gonna work for us. Or like Muppets on Broadway or something like
that. Dude, so V-Man, obviously you love musical gear.
I do.
Is it? Can I call you a gear whore?
I am a huge gear whore.
It's true.
What are you excited about right now? What's some new shit you've been trying out?
I haven't really been trying anything. Well, it's guitar amps, so everyone's probably going to be like, oh, bass player. But the guys at Diesel made a new head with a DSP built into it, so it's like having an axe effects, but in the amp as well. And then you got cab IRs and all that stuff. So that's pretty. It's I got the prototype there.
just a simple little living room practice rig.
What the fuck is going on here? Hold on. No. Put the camera back on that. What?
Of course.
All right. I said the dining room table in the background, and I thought it looks like you're at your mom's house or something, dude. And then there's this.
It probably is.
It's my little studio area. This is the recording spot.
You can have just like a little bit of a pasta bolognese along with some shred.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I just want to wake up and do something, as opposed to wake up, travel somewhere, go and say if I had a studio at the end of the garden, it's just like go get up, walk to the studio. You just this time I can just get out of bed and it's right in front of me. It's good.
He's got to get out of bed and just roll into the living room.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think when you do your live stream with Diesel, they're going to be very excited about what's going on behind you right there. Where's the orange piece in that? Can we see that? There we go. There it is, man. The bass Butler. We did a great video for that, and we're going to watch that video at the end and give some live commentary on it.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I just kind of made a basic version of my live rig, but in my living room. So
right.
I can
with that said, what is let's get this shit out of the way. Tell us about that orange bass Butler and how you use that in that rig.
Okay. So I've got it because there's two outs. There's the clean and the dirty. What I do is I use a radial mix box. So I put the two outputs into one. So front of house just controls that, and then I do my blend of how I want it to be to go to front of house. So that's the way I'm running it. But it's Bubs, you got anything to add to that in terms of how you see it in the rig? And I mean, because you're taking care of the rig.
I look at that beautiful thing on a daily. It's been months, but I used to look at it every day. I used to make sweet I love to it, but I love what. Yeah, I wish we could go through the rig right now. That would be so cool. But I mean, I guess essentially we can, because he's got that set up there. But
yeah. Well, great, you guys. We really sold that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. You guys are both guitar techs, or have been guitar techs, is what I mean.
Yeah.
And Vman, you were the tech for Brent Hinds of Mastodon.
Oh yes.
Brent is notoriously tough on his guitar techs, and I'm just curious, what was the secret to your success with Brent? Because I mean, everything you lasted a long time as Brent's tech, and
yeah, that was the thing. When I left and went off to do Slipknot, like, he was super bummed out. And then when I went and did Slipknot, and then they were looking for a tech, and then he went through a couple of dudes, didn't he?
Yeah, there was a couple of fellows that came through,
and they just got obliterated. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things.
There's
a connection.
Yeah, I just spoke to him like a human being, and not like.
Yeah, there's definitely a vibe thing there with old Beezer.
Yeah, I think that it's a testament to the fact that you kind of belonged there. You know what I mean? Because now you're the bassist in Slipknot. So
I think it's one of those things. He knew what he wanted, or he knows what he wants, but he didn't have it was trying to tell people what it was, and I don't know. I think me and him just got it, and I think as a player, I think there's too many guitar techs that can't even fucking play, and which is not a bad thing. But for someone like him, where it's like, if you've got a fly show, you've got 5 minutes to set something up, and you go and you've never met the dude before, and someone goes and he's like, "Oh, I want it to be blah 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 blah." Like, you need to be comfortable with the specifics. I was like, I know the band, I love the music, so I can be like, okay, I know what he wants, you know.
Right on.
And I think that was kind of how we started our, our relationship.
Yeah. Just speaking of that, I'm looking at the comments because I've never used this before.
There's Heather.
So yeah, I saw Heather, and I want those shrimp tacos. So where's
I
mine?
miss those Elmere tacos.
Well, yeah, you got apparently you got triple shrimp tacos waiting for you when you get to Atlanta. So let's go right now.
You're allowed in Atlanta, but we're not allowed in New York. I don't think. I think they banned travel from Georgia.
I think so too. Yeah, it's pretty. Wow, how the tables have turned.
I like this question. How many times have you guys seen Brent naked and non-naked
That was
scenarios?
That was the first thing I saw when I popped it on there from old Andrew Taylor. And I'm going to say, because I've spent the past 24 years of my life with that gentleman, a lot. More times than I could count. I could count pretty high.
Sorry, there was a Bruce question. So there we go. There you go. There's a Bruce.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's confused. He's confused.
Dude, so Vman, you actually, you build some of the live rigs for the other guys in the band, don't you?
Well, I didn't build mix, but they're all based off like the rig, the cases themselves was. I wanted them to, like we were talking to our first production manager that we were going to have on this, and. It was like the first time the band, instead of having like awkward odd cases and stuff, everyone has the same case. So it's like a double head and then a rack on the side of it, but they all fit in the truck perfectly, that kind of thing. So, but Jim's, I built his, yeah. So I think it was about 15 years ago, my buddy Lags, who's in that band Gallows, and he had was it 15, 10, I don't know, fucking time flies. And I was like, these are like rack mountable, but they're not. The Thunderbird 200. So I was like, that's rack size. And I think I've seen one back in the day, but I think it was like an old Max amp or something. It was like rack mounted. And I was like, it's pretty much the same dimensions. Measured it up, and then I've rack mounted them. And then I said to Jim, I was like, should we stick them in the rack? And he was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. So got all of his old oranges and drilled holes in them.
That's it. Bubbs, does the fact that Vman, it has built his rig and it as like he knows the ins and outs of it. Does that make your job harder or does that make your job easier?
No, it actually makes it way easier.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't when all that stuff was going down, especially with the new touring rig, and the guys were out in Vegas building all the racks, and I was still out with Slayer, and I had to finish my short obligation with them. And so when I showed up the first day in London, or we were in Redditch, Birmingham, whatever, everything was kind of just like built and ready to rock, like a plug and play. So all the kind of the much more like, knuckle cutting, hard work was done for me. So now it's more of like it's more on a maintenance level. So everything is built and it's pretty much bulletproof because Vman built it, and he's one of the best rig builders there is. So, what about the fact that he's super experimental and also a self-proclaimed gear hoard? Does that part make your job any harder? Yeah. I wouldn't say harder. It just there's new toys being added, and there's but it's more fun than anything else. It doesn't make anything harder. There's more things going on.
My dog's going crazy.
That's the sushi delivery.
Sushi delivery.
Yeah,
well, that's right. Oh man, enjoy that.
I don't think you can slurp fatty tuna through that mask.
Somebody wanted to ask the question. We got this question from Facebook. What's a day in the life of Vman's tech look like?
Oh man,
what's a Slipknot tech day look like?
Wake up, smoke so much weed. It's pretty awesome. I get up and I make my way into the venue and unload a bunch of trucks full of gear, and then you build the stage and set it up, and then I mess around with bass guitars for about 6 hours until it's time to go to catering.
Can you explain to everybody why you have to sit there and mess around with guitars for 6 hours almost every single day prior to the show? What's happening to these guitars?
I have a lot of guitars. Not a ton. I think, what do we have? 12? 12?
Nah,
10 guitars?
8 to 10.
Yeah.
But jamming ones, but they don't really get touched.
Yeah,
much.
they don't get touched too much. No, it's just the maintenance of the guitar, string changes, and and every little tweak that needs to be done during the day. But yeah, it takes a minute with those freakishly awesome headless basses.
That's awesome. Let's see.
And then I get annoying because I pop in. I like to listen back to the show the night before, and then I'll go and piss everyone off and just.
He'll just come and play a few melodies.
Yeah, just have a little riff.
Just a little riff for 4 hours.
See what's happening. Hang out.
Yeah, you gotta hang out. You gotta pop in and say hello.
You gotta hang out every now and then. So.
Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta get into it.
Yeah, get into it. And then I'll be like, oh, maybe we should change the compressor slightly. Oh, we should change this a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta tweak it a little bit.
Tweak it, and then it'll be like a week of just nothing, and then I'll just go start doing that again. So.
There are two kinds of guitarists, man. They're the ones that do not give a shit, and then there are the ones that are constantly changing their rig.
There's usually the hands completely on or the hands completely off.
Yeah,
I've worked for quite a few different people, and it's usually one extreme or the other, which is great either which way. It means you have the utmost trust in somebody, and you're just like, cool, I'm just gonna play it. But also, I think the people that are just completely hands off, at least in my experience, are more the people that like. I shouldn't say not concerned because everyone's concerned about it, but not as tonally concerned. Is that even a term? Like,
yeah,
So some are more intricate in dealing with how they want that sound in their own ears or.
That's fair.
And I back either which way,
I mean, when I joined the band, I didn't have really not much of a say, but it was like all the basses I had were like P basses, and I made them myself put like Bartolini pickup in it, and then I was like with Mezza Boogie, and stuff happened with them. So then I went to someone else. Cause if I was a guitar player, I'd be like, right, I've used this, I've used that, and done that because that's my whole life has been playing guitar. So when it came into doing the bass, it was like just playing bass, not in that kind of, I went from playing in bands guitarist to teching for 10 years, and then, do you know what I mean? Then going into bass, and it's just like, well, I've never done live bass playing, if you know what I mean? Like sitting at home is a different story of recording it.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, fuck. There's all this gear out there. What suits my ears and stuff? And Shirt, our old front house guy, I love him to bits. He taught me so much about sound and tone and everything like that. But it was like a progression. So where I am now, it's like my own stamp, if you know what I mean, like how I'd want to do it. And like you said, like guys that fucking constantly fucking with gear and shit. It's I mean, you look at someone for like Journey, fucking or those type of dudes where it's just like their rigs are just fucking so huge, but then next week you see them and they've got like John Petrucci. It's like every week he's got a new fucking rig.
Yeah. I feel like the way that you come into playing an instrument determines that what you're saying. You're a learner, you know what I mean, and you're really into the instrument as well, I think, because like, I mean, obviously you're building stuff, you know what I mean? You're building your own instruments and things like that. That's just a different approach to music, in my opinion, as opposed to a person that's like not as much into the gear, is more into like, I don't know how to describe it, being a musician, the vibe, as opposed to, it's just two different approaches to being a musician.
Yeah, I watched a video on YouTube the other night, and it was Josh Homme doing, he's with some dudes in, I think it's for Noisy, which I think is Vice. And it's just him and his dude, and they're like sweating buckets. They're just, I don't know if they're like fucked or something, but they're just like two dudes, just like, they look like they just come from a heavy night. But they're talking about guitaring, the way that they approach it and the way that he approaches it. And it was just the complete opposite of how I approached guitar, like where it was like studying note, modes and all that kind of stuff, whereas his was just like, he had something and then he kind of came up with his tone. But when you hear him play, you're like, that's that fucking dude. And I think that's like the hardest thing to get to, is to be, and it's like with Brent, it's like I could hear him play one or two notes and I'd be like, that's Brent's playing,
Yeah.
I think that is like the the level to get at. Or David Gilmour, people like that,
Yeah, it's very unique.
So.
Certainly is. You guys are pretty big foodies. So let's get past all this. I'm calling you each fat as shit.
Yeah, just Detective Troublesworth.
Fatter by the day.
I mean, me and Bubbs, we'll have like, if there's a day off, we'll plan.
Oof.
We'll go to the most extravagant seafood beatdown.
That's what I'm about to ask. What's the best meal you guys have ever eaten together?
So on tour, especially on the days off, we will, if we know we're going to be in insert city here on next Wednesday, we'll both go and do like stupid amounts of research to try to find like the best of whatever it is, be it sushi or, normally it's seafood. Because I don't eat meat, so we tend to do the seafood route. But as far as like the best, I don't know. We had so many
good places.
There's so many. I mean, I don't know. Like 5 or 6 years ago, we had this octopus in Greece. That was probably on the beach.
Yeah,
that was ridiculously. Like I remember that very vividly. That seafood beatdown in Brisbane, Australia was. I mean, we've done a lot of meals together.
That sushi I took you to in New York with you and D. That was up there on my favorite. One of my favorites.
Yes, and that was pretty recent. That was a couple years ago. So
yeah,
that was wow. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was extravagant.
I'm very hungry right now too. I haven't eaten today. I'm very hungry now talking about this.
Now's a good time to eat in front of Darren.
Yeah,
you want to go ahead and dig into that sushi.
That's why I have to drink a Guinness for a straw. So I have to eat my food for a straw nowadays.
Hell yeah. This question is actually from Heather. I asked her in advance.
Wait, which Heather? There is only one
out
Heather.
To Elmire.
That's right. Yes.
Best restaurant in Atlanta, Elmire. Everybody gets
the best restaurant in the world.
V-Man, you have been in Slipknot for 6 years now, and Slipknot fans are notoriously into the band.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy fan stories?
No, not really. You get.
Do you have any ongoing nightmare fan stories where people keep sending you like locks of their hair or some shit?
Nah, there's none of that. I feel like
there will be.
It's the dedication that the kids have, which I think is amazing. Like just how they're how far they're into it and the band and seeing it. I mean, I grew up listening to the band when I was a kid, so for me, it was just like, to see it even now, like when you see like a fucking 10-year-old kid come to a show and it's the best thing that he's ever seen. Like that's amazing. And I feel that's hard to get from that music nowadays. So to see it, it's pretty impressive. I don't know if what you've had like on a personal level, but I don't see like the Slipknot fans are ridiculously like loyal. Like they're into it, which is incredible. Something you don't see especially not in a heavy genre like it, or any genre, But I don't know. I haven't seen any like interactions with people, like whether if we were out or because I don't know on a personal level if you get like mail to your house type of thing, but like everyone's been pretty like cool. Yeah, mostly respectable, and whatever. You sometimes you get like a dickhead, but you get like the odd kind of stuff where someone's really brutal, but you're like, it is what it is. Not everyone can like it.
I know whoever drew this loves you guys.
That's a good one.
This is my favorite piece of V-Man fan art.
They got they did a pretty good job on the mask.
They got that lean, right? You got that lean.
It looks like a gorilla wearing a V-Man bodysuit.
I like it.
But yeah, I
like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Okay, all right.
I would get that tattooed.
Please.
I wouldn't pay for. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can work that out. We'll put that in the Orange budget. You get this shit tattooed on you, and I think Orange could potentially pay for it.
All right. We'll talk.
We're just swapping. We'll do swapping. You get me, I'll get you.
I actually really.
We just get.
I really like
on our backs. Just screenshot this and get this tattooed on our backs.
This one's pretty good.
Oh wow, look at that.
You look kind of badass there.
I saw that the other day. Yeah, I've got LEDs in my eyes as well, which is
pretty good.
That might be maybe the next iteration of your outfit, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see, but it'll be cool.
Give me the 2021 mask there.
Yeah. I don't think Clown wouldn't like it, but whatever. I remember the first time I put my LEDs on, he was just like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
That's awesome. My 7-year-old wanted to ask you a question.
Oh yeah.
He's not here right now, so what part of a kid's movie completely scarred you?
Fantasia.
Oof.
Good one. Which part?
Is it the walrus eating the little oysters? Is it walrus? I could be wrong.
I can't remember, man.
It is a walrus.
I remember the part though. Scary as shit.
I'm waiting for someone in the comment to go, "You idiot!"
It's not a walrus. It's an elephant.
But anyway, some animal from the sea is eating oysters, and like the oysters are like going like that, coming along. And he's like, rum, rum, rum. I could be wrong. I could have just dreamt this in my head. And anyway, yeah, that movie. And I think like later on in life, I might have had a slight trip out of experience watching that again, and that blew my mind. So kind of went back around on it. So,
Bubbs, you got one?
So you talk about for children's movies?
Children's movies. Or maybe that's actually a good point. You could say any movie that scarred you as a young child, but I think kids movie really.
Oh, Timmy Carnes just said it is a walrus. So all right, you were wrong. As far as movies scarring me, dude, Jaws. Come on, that like just like anybody else. That when you saw with a kid, my brothers tormented me with that. Fuck Jaws. And then Clash of the Titans, that was great. But the Medusa scene, like that was crazy, turning people to stone. And then Phantasm, that creepy old dude, like that's.
Dude, Phantasm. I never saw the movie, but I remember going to the movies and seeing the poster for it, and just being like confused and scared. Yeah,
that's. I almost didn't want to like listen to Anthrax Among the Living because they had like the Phantasm dude on the cover. But
I'll be honest with you, I think it's not even movies that scarred me. It was Cannibal Corpse album covers that scarred me.
That was they're pretty scarring.
If you were a kid and you'd never seen that before, you'd be like, well, okay. And then you'd hear it, and then you'd be like, okay. I think it's because I saw them on Ace Ventura that it kind of dumbed it down for me.
Dude, Hammer Smash Face. That was the one that I was. I love that. That's my favorite metal song.
Pretty good.
All right, lightning round. Cool. These aren't necessarily lightning round. You don't have to feel obligated to answer these super fast. The first one you do, though. Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel?
Oh, Phil Collins.
I'm gonna say Peter Gabriel.
Oh.
Just
they're both correct. They're both correct.
I just because Phil Collins can play drums as well. So
Phil Collins can dance better. Apparently, or allegedly.
And his
dance the night away.
Yeah,
his acting was pretty good as well.
Okay, that's fair. Personally, I'm Phil Collins just because of the bulk of his catalog that I enjoy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What's a band that people would be surprised to hear you love? Vman.
Oh fuck. Venetian Snares.
Okay. All right. I have no idea what that is.
It's like Aphex Twin, but even more fucked up.
Aphexy.
It's pretty out there.
Okay. What do you listen to that music while you're what are you doing when you're listening to that?
I don't partying, but
dancing.
I like it when I'm driving.
It's got to be a hard party.
Clearly,
right there,
I'm just dancing.
I don't know, a bit of driving as well. I do that with it, or on the other hand, I like what's his name? Fucking Hans Zimmer soundtracks.
Oh, okay.
I like driving along them, feeling like I'm in a spaceship or something. So.
All right, Bubbs. What about you?
Cranberries.
I like the Cranberries.
I love me some Dolores O'Riordan. Wow, man, her voice was incredible. And
like her entire catalog, the whole thing. You can listen to all Cranberries all the time.
I own every Cranberries album. Yes.
All right.
And when it comes on randomly, I like it. If you dug through my listening library, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised at how much very weird and non-heavy shit I listen to.
I hear you, man. I'm just like that. If you could be in one place anywhere in the world right now, where would you be?
Ooh.
Cool.
Japan.
Okay.
I was so looking forward to going to Japan.
I'll have to agree with you.
I just love that place. It's like it's like in a magical land.
Yeah. And
the food's the best. The people are incredible, and
I think because we were supposed to be there just recently, I think was kind of top of my head as well.
Got it. So you wish that basically everything was normal when there was no pandemic and you could continue being in a band and shit. Yeah.
How crazy is that? We just wish everything was back to regular programming.
Good answer. As guitar techs, both of you have been techs. What's something that you cannot live without in your work box?
Ooh.
Can't live without.
Can't live without.
I'm gonna say a tuner, a digital tuner.
I was going to say some snips.
Yeah, but you can play with the strings hanging out like an ass.
Yeah.
And you can also tune by ear. So,
it's always one of those things. Someone always comes up to you at a gig and they're like, got any?
Yeah, it's true.
Vman, this one's directed towards you. What's a Slipknot song that you wish you guys would play live, but that no one else wants to play live?
I don't actually have one.
Oh.
We
That's
haven't
fair.
got one. There actually isn't one that I don't think no one would want to play it.
Everybody's down to play everything.
Well, ones that I like. I don't think no one's ever thrown out a song and gone, let's do that, and then I've been like, or
so this is specific to you. You'll play everything and anything.
For me, yeah, I've never had one where I've been like, no. So,
well, to be fair, I read an interview where it basically about you auditioning for the band, and you learned twice as many songs as everybody else, and you learned the hardest songs.
I just want all the fastest, the one with the most 1632s, kind of just whatever was going to be the most tiring for everybody else. I was like, let's do that. So
it's fair. Gentlemen, this is both of you can answer this. What's the worst bathroom in the world?
Ooh.
There's a lot of them.
Camden Underworld.
I was going to say CBGB, but rest in peace. The Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia was a pretty bad one. The old Masquerade was pretty bad upstairs. It was.
I'll say this. The worst bathroom personally for me was in China, but I think a close runner-up to that was is the Claremont Lounge.
Claremont's pretty rough. There's a lot of bad ones in Italy, and actually also in Japan. If you use the traditional, which is just the hole in the ground, which is better.
The Chinese one I'm referring to. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's better I guess it's better for your release from your bowels.
But where do you put your pants while you're using
exactly. That? You always drop your change down the hole. Your phone. See you later, phone. Take it easy.
Yeah,
where was that? I think we went to that bar in Taipei. And the toilet in there was just a hole in the floor and a fucking hose. That was it. There's no door, no nothing.
And we both used it. So
I was like, I'll hold it in, man.
What's the weirdest thing a guest has ever done in your home?
Oh, man.
This fucking piece of shit once had a chewing gum and I watched him put it underneath the coffee table, and I fucking went insane. Just I was like, what are you doing? He's like, So yeah, that's probably the worst.
There is something about that's super offensive. Maybe even worse than like somebody being messed up on drugs and trashing your house is somebody not being on drugs and just putting gum on the coffee table.
Yeah. Just deliberately.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Oh.
Bubbs, I may have been there. I may have been there for one of these answers that you come up with, but
we'll leave the one out of this. But there's been a lot. Also it's like simple things, but like urinating in a closet, thinking it's a toilet when it's not a toilet.
How does it happen?
What's that? No, typically with booze.
Yeah, but me and you have partied, and I've never gone.
I wish I could say I've never urinated in a closet, but I have.
No, I don't think I've never done that. Maybe I just don't get that drunk.
That's probably it.
That's probably it.
Oh man, what's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Oh,
Con Air, come on.
Mine's The Rock.
Oh, that's a good one too. They're all great.
Those are.
You know what I saw recently was, I think it's the color of what the fucking
Purple. Color Purple.
No, it's like a fucking crazy sci-fi alien-y thingy. What was it called? Color of Sound?
It's called Raising Arizona.
No, I didn't like that movie.
You don't like Raising Arizona?
I'm more in a Terminator or something. I don't know what's.
Yeah. You did say you love Hans Zimmer soundtracks.
If only Nick Cage was in Terminator.
I'm happy.
I wonder if Nick Cage could be the new Terminator.
The Terminator's dad, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he was Ghost Rider. Come on, he could be Terminator.
Yeah.
Graham said it's the color Out of Space is the Nick Cage.
That's the fucking movie. Good one. Oh, hey, Graham.
Cheers, Graham.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Graham's a great bass player.
He is.
He used to work for Ghost, didn't
he? He did indeed. That's when we first met. Was on the when I first met him was on the Ghost tour.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a top. We got time for another top up, or are we ending soon? I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm easy. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll get another one too.
Fill that thing up.
We're 36 minutes in. Another 15, 20.
Yeah.
We are still gonna watch our video. However, I'm out of fucking questions. So anybody has any questions or just wants to have a conversation starter, post it in the comments.
So okay.
All right, let me get my beer.
You guys were not prepared with a cooler next to you.
Have you got a cooler next to you?
No, I don't. I'm currently just drinking water because my day has not yet begun, and I have some things I need to take care of today.
There we go.
I don't know if I missed. How'd you guys get those sweet nicknames? Who gave those to you?
Oh. You first, Bubbs. I've got to think about
that. Mine comes from a series of idiotic chats. Actually, so very long story short, when Brent Hinds and myself, we lived together in Atlanta. This was back in like 1994, probably.
You lived in that shitty building. We
lived at a warehouse that was essentially an abandoned warehouse, and it was the greatest place on earth. It was good, but and Brent had a dog named Melvin. He called him Melvers, and then he called him it like somehow snowballed into Bubbers, and then I adopted that name from Brent, essentially over a period of course of a couple of years, because I was the youngest of three brothers, and I was always the youngest in the group, so it's kind of like Baby Bubbs, and now it's been now that's me, me.
So it sounds like something that kind of started with Brent.
It did. I mean, 100%.
Well, there it is.
Yeah,
that's where the Bubbers names come from.
That's where it comes from. I think at least that's my. I mean, it's 25, 6, 20. Yeah, geez, a long time ago.
Yeah. V-Man, I feel like I know where your name comes from, but I'm more interested in knowing who called you V-Man first.
I think people just couldn't be asked to say Venturella all the time, so
yeah,
it was just like V-Man. But then Troy, was it Troy that gave me V-Balls?
V-Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's loads of little ones, but it got to a point where I would be replying to emails to certain gear companies that I used or whatever, tech-in and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, Alex. And they'd be like, who? Who the fuck is Alex? So then it was just like, I'm just going to stick with Vman because everyone knows me as fucking Vman. But, you know, it's just one of those things. And
Gotcha. There's evolution to it.
Everyone that I know like, calls me it, so fuck it. Who gives a shit? There's so many people just like, I'm not calling you that. It's like, well, don't call me anything.
Exactly.
So I think it was in Germany. We were with Mastodon, and there was like some A&R guy for some fucking record label, and he was just being a fucking shithead.
An A&R guy was? Unheard of.
Absolutely unheard of.
And he was like, what's your name?
The biggest thoughts I know.
He's like, oh, Vman. I was like, I'm calling you Vman. I was like, oh, well, fuck off then. And then I think like Darren pushed him halfway down the hallway or something. I don't know.
I just gave him a little love tap, a couple of nudges.
You ever act like bodyguard for Vman?
Well,
just for fun. Like,
just when you want to release some aggression.
Exactly.
Oh no, Tim. I think Tim Carnes from the Toasters is commenting. He asked if he can come up and visit you at the ocean there.
Yes,
I don't know if you're legally allowed to based on New York and New Jersey state law.
I'm currently in Brooklyn in our apartment. We came up for a couple of days, so you can come here, or you can come see me down the shore, as they say in New Jersey. And
I literally, if I fly in, I have to quarantine. As far as I know, I think I can sneak in.
I think I'm not sure. I know that things have changed. Everything changes weekly, but in the tri-state area, like Jersey, Connecticut, New York, you're good to go. I think, and I think that we can fly out. So, like, if I wanted to go see my family in Atlanta, I think I could do that. As a responsible person, you should probably quarantine yourself for a bit to make sure I'm, not bringing some plague with me. But I don't know coming. I honestly don't know. I would say it would be safe, but drive. Tim Carnes lives in Virginia, and it's not that far from New Jersey. Make a road trip. Bring some fireworks.
Matthew Langa. I just want to say I love Vman's house.
No, thanks, man.
All right.
I do too.
It's very.
Your ceiling is fantastic, and I love those light fixtures.
Pretty fancy. I like those too.
It's very European, it's the Italian stylings, and we got the tiled floors and stuff like that, So.
Bubbs, do you want to show your ET tattoo? Is that the one that's like down by your dick?
No, it's right.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. There it is. Can you see it?
Yeah. What's it say again? Aloha, bitches.
Yeah.
And he's got a goatee.
Well, the story behind it is I went to a Halloween party, and E.T. was there, but he was dressed as Mr. T. So and I just wanted to get my photo taken with him. He gave me bunny ears.
Wow. Okay, I get it. All right, let's watch this video, boys.
All right, let's do this.
This is the video we did for the bass butler. Darren plays the bass butler, Bubbs.
About that.
Let's see here. Set this up.
Oh, it's got louder.
Yeah, your audio got louder.
Mine did?
No, it's fine though.
It's just because I sharing this. We did this one last year. We did this. The story behind this, I should say, before we even begin, is that we were supposed to film this backstage in a dressing room. But when we got there, the dressing room was full of musical gear, and it was 10 by 10, I think. So we had to move this to actually outside behind the dining room. But once we got it set up, it all worked out. You could see some light shine through. But there was also, we had to move halfway through this because I don't remember what band you were like. Volbeat had to do
Volbeat was doing their meet and greet right there. And I have to put this in there too, because the entire time, right behind the camera, my parents are standing there.
Oh yeah.
They got there just in time for the spaghetti incident.
They got there a little bit towards the end. So
all right.
Your mom's face was. Yeah.
We're just treating you like shit. All right. Are we good on? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
How do I look?
Yeah.
So dumb.
Why does this guy still have a job? Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Yeah, thanks for coming in today. All right, well, have a seat. Let's get going here. It's really great of you to do this interview with me, man. I just really appreciate it. You know, the bass butler.
Butler! Hey, Butler! Hey, Butler!
Why are you shouting for your butler?
I thought this was a video about my butler.
What?
All right,
Butler!
Darren. Darren is the most hungover that I've seen. Darren,
It was a bad one. It was
this
a bad
entire day, and Darren, for you trooped through, bro. You did.
Thank you. It was not.
I really appreciate it.
It was not easy. It was not easy.
We were hanging out the night before, and I said, "Go home, guys."
Yeah, and I
Said,
didn't
"Go home,
listen.
guys." No,
Did
you
not
didn't.
listen. No.
Fetch me my bass amp.
As you wish.
Actually, see, we don't need a bass amp because we're going direct. It's got XLR outputs.
This is actually the audio that we captured on site that day.
Great. I could do with some more compression, though. Butler, go get me a studio.
Actually, Vman, there's a Class A compressor built into the bass butler. You can control it right here.
What? Are you telling me porcupines?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, Porky Pies, real quick. We wrote that into the script, I think. I don't think you came up with Porky Pies, but do you know what that saying is?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
It is a saying? I thought it was something that was just made up on the fly.
Yeah, I
I thought
mean,
America did that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone's used it in a Guy Ritchie movie. I mean, you know,
That makes sense because an American wrote this script, and that would have been their only English. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's like Cockney rhyming, apples and pears is stairs. So I'm going up the apples and pears. You know, it's that type of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes total sense.
Holy shit, this sounds good. Could do with some more grit. Oi, Butler, fetch me a guitar channel. For fuck's sake. Oi.
Again, none of the equipment that you've had in your hand so far is the thing that he asked for. Actually,
It's the only props that we had. Though, so.
we faked all of that. Yeah. He asked for a bass amp. We bring like an OR 120 guitar amp. You asked for a compressor. I'm pretty sure that was like an audio visual thing.
It was like an amp.
Yeah.
Butler. One more thing. Go get me some pasta from the Amalfi Coast.
You know, the bass butler actually has a dirty channel built in.
It still sounds so awesome.
It's dirty channel. Brilliant.
This part was made up on the spot. And that right there, I wrote into the script, and I am making eye contact with your mom there. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what my son has become.
Yeah. So
265,000 views later. Gee,
so
Mom.
good.
Butler, I need my dirty signal to be foot controllable. You can handle that, you bellend.
You're here for a reason, right? Butler, please don't go anywhere. Vman, you can use an expression pedal to control the signal of the dirty channel.
Sunlight shining in on us.
And who was wearing Nikes that day?
I'm playing on my foot.
Oh, it's you.
I'm just really thirsty right now.
As you wish.
So much shame.
Hey, Butler, go fetch me a cold beer.
Butler.
That outfit.
Wow,
You need to
the
get us a
best.
lot of beer. Maybe try smiling, you dumb dick.
I never noticed the sunlight before.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh my God, I love that video so much.
that's a good one, man. Of all the ones that that's a good one.
That's good times.
All right, boys. That was fun. Let's see if we got any other comments, and then I will let you guys get on with your day.
Okay.
Well, hey, your dad said that we're hilarious,
I
Bub.
see that.
Hey, Barry, hey, Barry.
We get it from you, Pop. We get it from you.
Best parents in rock and roll.
I agree.
I genuinely believe that. I mean, 3 rock and roller sons. You know what I mean?
Talk about not easy. Wow.
Yeah. No, nobody cares. I guess nobody commented. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today on Artist Relations Corner.
It was
Thank
awesome.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Very fun time.
Good times.
Hey, you got your light figured out right at the very end. Now I can see your face now.
It's the sun's now coming in through the light.
Oh. Perfect timing.
Perfect. The sun's setting, so it's
All right. You guys, be safe. Thank you so much. Vman from Slipknot, his tech Bubbs, Darren Sanders. You guys rule. And until next time, boys, hope we can see you on the road ASAP.
hope so.
Just keep wearing masks, guys.
That's right.
Absolutely. Everybody make sure you wear your mask.
Doors.
This is mine. Dual purpose.
Yours
Dual
is not
purpose
very,
sex mask.
Bubbs is the best. He's actually gonna save people's lives with that one. Yours, not so much.
No, I save lives in different ways. I'm a Falcon Lord.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
So guys, take care.
Yep.
Bye.